Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about them in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. We're so happy you stopped by to join us, and today is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today we have to talk about something that's kind of odd, because just when you thought all of the Mickey Mouse horror films were done with, there are still some that are coming out. So we're going to talk about 3 upcoming movies that are coming out. 2 of them are directly Mickey Mouse ones, and the other one, well, that's a bit more odd, but let's jump right into it. The Mickey Mouse horror films are still coming our way. There's still a lot of these that are happening. And it started with Winnie the Pooh, then Mickey Mouse went into public domain, and then Popeye. And we're getting all of these public domain horror film adaptations that are just insane to watch. A lot of them are absolutely crazy. They're in the slasher genre, so they're a bit more weird for that reason. Some of them use some sort of supernatural thing to define how the character becomes what the character is, or something like that. And a lot of them are a lot of fun, even though it's not for everyone. If you're enjoying this little film craze that's going on, I have 3 more for you. Now, the first 2, like I said, are Mickey Mouse horror films, and they are supposed to be coming out. One is in production and the other is completed. But it's the last one that is really crazy. So here's our first movie. The Dark Domain, Mickey vs. Winnie. A century after 2 convicts are swallowed by a cursed forest, a group of ex-reform school survivalists reunite at their decaying camp. Their trip spirals into terror as the convicts rise as mutilated, twisted childhood icons. Okay, so let's talk about that. That's one that sounds a bit crazier than some of the others. It is using this supernatural type of thing. You have this cursed forest, and that's kind of cool. That's something I haven't seen this whole public domain thing do as of yet. And I'm there for it. That sounds a bit weird. Let's see where that goes. Now, honestly, this one has legs only because it is different. And it's still in production, so we haven't gotten any word on when this movie is coming out. We only know that it's in production, and that means it will probably come out sometime this year, we're hoping. When it does come out, I'll let you know what I thought of it, because this one does intrigue me. Just the fact that they have this cursed forest that is something different from these type of movies, something I haven't seen them do. Sure, some of them are using some sort of supernatural element to define how the characters become who they are, but it still doesn't really mean anything unless you deliver on that. And this one looks like it has the potential to maybe at least tell something completely original with these characters, but I want to know, why does it choose these faces? Why does it choose childhood icons? That's going to mean something in the story, or maybe it won't. But next up on our list, the second movie we're going to look at is Mickey's Sleigh House. Now, this one is listed as a 2025 movie, which probably means that it will be coming out in 2025 without a shadow of a doubt. I haven't seen this one come out as of yet, but it does say it's completed. So the plot of this movie is as followed. Teens trespass a deserted Mickey's Playhouse amusement park, confronting the dark history and personal fears as thrill-seeking turns harrowing amid lingering spirits. Okay, now that sounds a bit fun. I think that could be something that's kind of strange. I don't know, but I was wondering about this one because they do say Mickey's Playhouse. And I know that they're using Mickey's Playhouse as sort of this amusement park, which they aren't actually saying the name of the actual amusement park. So yeah, maybe they can get away with that there, but I think that this movie could be a lot of fun. I've always liked horror movies that take place in some really strange location. And a theme park or amusement park is somewhere where people can run and hide from them a bit more. We got the one movie from Mickey Mouse where they were in this arcade and they had a couple places they could hide, but this one sounds like it's gonna be a bit more crazy because if they really do make this amusement park look like an amusement park, there's a lot of different places they can hide, a lot of different places that the killer can chase them through, and I think this could be a lot of fun as well. So, what is our last movie? Well, that one's a bit more crazy than you can possibly imagine because that one, my friends, is actually Oswald the Rabbit. If you don't know who Oswald the Rabbit is, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, also known as Oswald Rabbit, or Ozzy, is an animated cartoon character that was created in 1927 by none other than, are you ready for this, Walt Disney and UB Lurks. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, for Universal Pictures. And he starred in several short animated films from 1927 to 1938. 27 animated shorts were produced at Walt Disney Studio. After Universal took control of Oswald's character in 1928, that, my friends, is when Walt Disney turned around and said, no, we're not doing this anymore. You're not taking my character. I'm going to do what I want to do. And he created the most famous, most iconic, most thrilling Disney character of all time. What? And he created the most well-known Disney character of all time, none other than Mickey Mouse. That's right, that's when he created Mickey Mouse. When they took over his former character that he had made, he decided to rebuild the character and get himself control of this new character, thus ending this old character's reign of terror against him, I guess you could say. Because obviously, they now control the character and he couldn't do anything about it. Now, here's the thing. Oswald is no stranger to anything because in 2023, they pitched a concept for an Oswald-themed video game to then Disney president and future CEO Bob Iger, who became committed to acquiring the rights to Oswald in 2006. Disney acquired the trademark of Oswald, with NBC Universal effectively trading Oswald for the services of Al Michaels as a play-by-play announcer on NBC Sunday Night Football. Yeah, okay, so that's when you know your life probably is going to suffer a little bit. If you literally got traded for the rights to a cartoon character, yeah. But Oswald returned in Disney's video game, Epic Mickey. The game's metafiction plot parallels Oswald's own real-world history, dealing with the character's feelings of abandonment by Disney and envy towards Mickey Mouse. He has since appeared in Disney theme parks and comic books, as well as 2 follow-up games, Epic Mickey 2 and Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. Oswald made his first appearance in an animated production in 2013's animated short Get a Horse. He was the subject of the 2015 feature film Walt Before Mickey, and Oswald also appears as a townsperson in Disney Infinity 2.0. In 2022, Oswald appeared in a new short produced by Disney. He also has a cameo appearance in Once Upon a Studio. I know what you're thinking. If Disney owns the rights to this character, how is it that you're getting a horror movie about this character? Well, it's simple. Just like Steamboat Willie is in fact Mickey Mouse, and you can do whatever you want with that character, something odd happened that Disney had no control over. Because in January of 2023, the copyrights on several of the original Oswald shorts, as well as the character, expired. Those films and the character are now in the public domain. In 2024, that's right, brings us right back to where we are, they announced the character will appear in Oswald Down the Rabbit Hole, an upcoming horror film directed by Lilton Stort III and starring Ernie Hudson as the title character. Well, he's sort of like the early Mickey Mouse, if you will. And I think that this movie just did this because they wanted to cash in on everything. And the premise of this movie is Art and some of his friends get teleported to a place shrouded by dark Hollywood magic. They come across Oswald's come-to-life cartoon rabbit and must work together to escape their magical prison before the rabbit gets them first. Okay, so wow, and wow. Okay, so this seems a bit odd. This seems a bit crazy, and I'm down for it. I love some of the movies that get a bit out there, and this looks like it's going to be out there. The trailer is online, so you can actually check out a very short trailer to this movie online. I urge you to do so. It sounds really fun, and the trailer is really cool. It's just a little short trailer teaser, but it's a lot of fun. I am super excited to see this movie and what exactly it entails, because it looks like it's gonna be a fun little film. It looks very different, but it also looks enough like what we're getting with the Mickey Mouse stuff to make it plausible, to make it fit into that whole vibe as well. So those are the three movies that we're going to talk about today, and I think that these all sound very intriguing. Sure, some of the lower budget ones might have been quicker to get out, but these look like these might start to kind of get in a bigger budget type of way. We saw Screamboat sort of take this route of being a lot more special effects heavy, even though it wasn't quite entirely extremely FX heavy or, you know, anything like that, but it still was more elaborate than some of the other movies where we just see characters putting on masks. So if you have a little bit more CGI and you have a little bit more of the crazier stuff, then yeah, I think these movies are starting to get more and more of a budget. The whole public domain horror thing has caught on enough that some of these movies are taking longer to get out, and I can only hope that by them taking longer to get out, that means they're better quality. Not that there's anything wrong with a cheap little low budget movie, because I love them, but that is the thing. Some of these movies might actually prove to be the best of the lot. But I want to know what you guys are thinking. Are you excited about these three movies that we've talked about today? Which one excites you the most? And what do you think about Ernie Hudson playing the title character in the Oswald Rabbit horror film? But whatever you guys are thinking, I want to hear from you guys. So make sure you are leaving me that comment in the comment box below. Let me know what you think. I want to hear all of your thoughts on all of these movies. Which one excites you the most? Don't excite you the most? Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends, because they're definitely going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation we're having. Then make sure you're hitting that like button. It's free. It helps the channel, and we appreciate it so much. And while you're down there, there's a button you should hit also. It's called the subscribe button. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel for all of your positive fandom news, you're going to want to do that. So hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well, so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it and you know it, fandom is family.